Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again for the second map of Rane versus Wasikuss, 8th finals of the tournament, and yeah, let's see how it goes this time. Of course, it's the second time we play on this map, simply because the first time, closely before, I think, game-ending move, you could say, Rane timed out. Incredibly unlucky, because yeah, he was just about to, I think, finish off his enemy because his halberdiers were literally here where I'm pointing at. They were literally here when they stopped, and then he timed out, which is incredibly unlucky because I think if he would have just told them to go to the base of his enemy, they would have maybe won on their own. So this is incredibly incredible. I'm just gonna check. Excuse me. Is there an issue somewhere? No, there's not. Alright, sorry about that. Ping has been neutralized. But here we go. Again, so Rane just in blue told us that his logs flew off the map, which is incredibly unlucky because it seems to me that he needs a certain amount to do, like, he has a strategy which he plans out. And the thing is, if you like waste time chopping a tree and then everything just flies, literally flies off the map, well, you are in an incredibly rough spot off the start because, well, that's time you lose on your enemy. And if technically you're doing the same strategy which is very precise on time, well, then this might be an issue. But here we are again, and Wasikuss again, this time he seems to have learned his lesson. He already starts to getting his iron and his brimstone right off the start, so I hope that now he's gonna put down 2 furnaces. They're being done at the same time. So yeah, let's see if maybe this time he can put up a fight with the amount of kits he has compared to his opponent. Maybe this time he will get 7 kits the same time his opponent get him, and in this case, what is gonna happen? Because of course, there are 2 win conditions right now in regulation. Either you destroy the enemy crystal, or you kill all of his bricktrons at the same time. So technically, as long as they're all dead at the same time, you win. Of course, if there's even just 1 life, technically you didn't win. So, you know, gotta have to keep track of whom you kill. But yeah, the thing is that this is, for example, something which happened in the group phase. If, for example, Wasikuss would attack his opponent from the right side, let's just suppose, and his opponent does the same over the right side, which is our left side right now. Technically, they would not see each other because the visibility, if you're in the middle, is roughly to the edges, but if you're on the edge, you don't see anything. So the question is, would this happen? And if it does, who will be the first one at the crystal and attacking it? Because of course then you will have to destroy the enemy crystal. Okay, so there are 1 minute and 40 seconds left, and we can see Rane with the exact same setup as the previous matches, already having 3 kits done, the 4th one well on the way. And now the question is, what has Wasikuss on his other side? He's doing iron ingots at the same time, he already has 2. The question is, will he now be ready in time to get his first kits? Because even though it wouldn't be ideal for him to have like only 2 kits or even 5 if his opponent has 7, it would be better than nothing, because he could still technically try to kill some people and micromanage it, because he will have technically a bit more time with his opponent's travel time. But yeah, we'll see. And I don't see him start to work on the first kit, and I think the problem is he doesn't have any log, because he has to chop off some more again. So we'll see if he will start working now on his first kit, because he has 5 iron ingots. With this he can get 5 helmets. The problem is 5 helmets are useless without the lances, because you will need 5 lances. 36. They asked me to tell him when the 30-second mark is hit, and now he starts with the first lance. He has 30 seconds left to make 6 kits, which is now totally possible. He will just have to spam them out, have 1 guy on it and just keep spamming those kits. He has 30 seconds, no, well, 10 seconds left. 9 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and over. Non-aggression phase is over, and now starts the 40 minutes left over from the normal match time. But the question is, what has his opponent? We can see he has 5 kits now, 6, and he does something very unusual. He starts building more storage places. Is this maybe a change in strategy from Rane? Because he, I don't know, maybe he changed his mind about the strategy, or he tries something else. I'm not sure. But the thing is, he has 6 kits, 7s, now using the iron ingot, and now making the last helmet to having all his guys equipped, even though technically he only has 6 guys right now. That's because in roughly 30 seconds, the 7th is gonna spawn for both of them, by the way. Alright, what do we have now? Now he's equipping everyone. Now here we go. Just as before, you can see one kit is left over because one guy is gonna spawn in a maybe 10 seconds, 30 seconds. But now 6 guys are on the way to his enemy, but now they have to travel all across this map to get there, and his opponent has 3 kits ready. 3 kits, it's not ideal, but he also has 2 sentinels, and this is a game changer actually, and he might have a chance. Wasikuss has probably the better situation right now, because he's gonna have a third kit done, so even though it's not the best amount of kits, the enemy only has 7 guys coming, and he has 2 sentinels. So will we maybe see a defeat of him? Because if he dies right now, let's just assume, and now the 7th guy is there. So now he has 7 guys, 3 kits and 2 sentinels. The problem is, will maybe the racks block the sentinels? And the question is, did Rane see this? And the question is, what will he do? Will he say, you know what, let's just go in, let's rush this? Or, not, he does. Okay, so here they go. The question is, do the sentinel activate? They do not activate themselves right now, but now they should. Yep, there they go. And now the question is, he has 1 guy inside. And actually, I think the positioning was not ideal. But now what is happening? He's withdrawing. He's putting out his forces. He's pulling out the halberdiers. Okay, they're running back. 1 is pursuing them. This is very intelligent actually, because 2 guys can just put down their weapons, go back to work. Also, this lens is having kind of a visual bug, but I don't know. However, he's pursuing them, so just to make sure that they are leaving. And now, I think we have a proper match at our hands. Because now all of his guys are running back. They are to get more kits. Okay, so Rane said, okay, then 30 minutes let it be, although regulation is 45 minutes, so it would be 40 minutes, but yeah. However, now we see him putting all his kits back down and destroying a stockpile for some reason. I don't know. I don't think it's to vent his rage, because he didn't win right now, so I'm very curious to see, will he maybe try to like dig the ground to get more stones or not? Very interesting what is happening right now. And the thing is, will he keep on with the halberdier kits, or will he maybe try to switch on, make like more iron ingots and switch for a full knight setup? But yeah, let's see what he does. Also, you saw when the halberdiers came back, he already had like the 7th guy who spawned, who was in the base roughly at the same time as Wasikuss went there. And now Wasikuss already with the conquering ward, getting the 2nd one, the other player crystal in theory, getting it for him. And yeah, now we see that he has basically 1 kit on the ground for some reason. My OCD actually is just getting insane right now, because pick it up and put it in there, my god. And even put like those kits all together, because they belong together. Holy hell, what is happening? But yeah, we can see he already has also like the mage's shaft staff. So he will basically go for healer. And now he just put down his sentinels, I think because he knows that there's no rush coming. So he's putting it on the other side too. Oh no, he's putting them more in advance. He actually noticed, very smart of him again, he noticed that the sentinels couldn't shoot while there was the ammo racks in the way. So now we go. Alright, so the first iron deposit is almost used, the first brimstone deposit is used. You can see just so many resources he used to make those sentinels and kits, and now you can see he's also making like some new iron ingots. And so now, right now, Wasikuss is basically at an advantage because even though he only has one conquering ward, well, one crystal more, the thing is he's gonna get more energy, and technically in the long run, he's gonna get more Brictrons than his opponent. Even though it's a marginal difference and he would need like 3, 4, 5 to have like a real advantage in the short run. The thing is, as long as his opponent doesn't equal it, well, who knows, who knows. Also, Rane going full defensive right now and building an interesting structure. I'm curious to see how this goes. Not gonna lie. He's placing his forge too right there, so he still needs an iron ingot for that. And alright. Okay, so he's basically encasing his crystal so that he cannot just like send someone and attack it, which makes sense. This is a very common strategy used overall. And interesting placement of a door though. I'm curious to see how it goes about this door, if he's gonna place like a whole wall next to it, or what is his goal here. Also his Brictrons don't seem to kind of know what kind of door they want to do. But yeah, very interesting. I would like to see the blueprint just to know what it is. And on the other side we see that Wasikuss is just going for the iron right now. He wants his iron and his iron ingots, because right now, even though he has few, he has almost 180 over, so, and he has 12 iron bars. This is incredible stuff. 12 iron bars over. And now I think he will be going for either the archer kits, or he will try to make a bridge somewhere, because the advantage on this map is if you have a bridge, for example to this position here, you can just destroy it, and then like your opponent would need to build a bridge, and then to cross it, it's not really worth the hassle, especially since you can do the same on the other side of the map. So I'm very curious to see how it goes. I'm just gonna have to take a sip of water because I feel that my throat is closing up. And believe me, it's not ideal. Alright, 13 iron kits. Well, 10 technically. I think he's going right now for an armor kit. He's going for a knight. He's going for the mobile tank. And if you combine this with the mage, which of course only the shaft is built. Oh no, my bad. He used it for another conquering ward. Yeah. So, now we see that he already has one. He will probably go for the other one in front of his base. The question is, will he be able to defend it? And if so, well, will it work? Because the thing is, for example, no offense by the way, he put this one down here on the ground, which means that in 4 hits, any halberdier can just come and with 4 hits destroy it. And 4 hits, that's really fast, like really fast. You cannot kill the halberdier as fast as this, even with 2 guys on him. So the problem is, and sacrificing 1 guy to destroy an enemy conquering ward might be worth it, especially in the later phases of the map, when the important thing is the amount of crystals you own. So that's why many people, we saw it for example in some matches already, would place like the stone structures, like he did right here with his sentinels, and just place the capturing ward on it. The question is, will he do it? Also, there's still this one kid on the ground. I don't even know if he noticed it, but yeah. Yeah, so right now he's gonna place the same stone structure as before. And yeah, let's just check out what Rane is doing meanwhile. He's building like a tower, the one which I built in one of my Castle Story gameplays. It feels like the same, to be honest. Same aesthetic, same charm. It's a block. It's an encasement. But he also has like 4 sentinels right now, and there are probably more coming, so I think that he's just gonna put them on the roof and yeah, just call it a day basically, because he's just gonna enclose his crystal totally, put the sentinels on top, so if an enemy is coming, he would just be yeah, making sure to well, give him no chance at his crystal whatsoever. His opponent technically would have to build a catapult, which I would love to see, like in regulation or in overtime. Just imagine. Well, I don't think it would happen in overtime, because for there to be overtime, you need to own exactly the same amount of crystals as your enemies. And I don't think there would be overtime with only like each player having like 2 crystals. And even if it happens, if you want to build a catapult, you would like to hit, for example, the crystal. I think at most build it around here, but then you would be within reach of the crystal. So there's no point at this point to just not taking the crystal. So there wouldn't be many scenarios where this would or could be used. I think at least. So yeah, very interesting development over here. Also, about the kits, we only have 1 sword right now on Rane's side. 1 sword and his 7 halberdier kits. Meanwhile, his opponent, already having 2 glasses, has the mage kit, which is Tiberiu making another... No, he's making another sentinel again. So really pumping out the sentinels right now, both of them, so to really show the defensive nature of this game. He has 4 kits, 4 halberdier kits, and the mage's staff. So far, pretty much even, although Wasikuss has more crystals and a fair advantage in regard to like the defensive wards. Also, he put down his first pylon, which he's gonna put on top of it, I believe. Yep, there he goes. Actually, I would put it like on the left side, because then you could put the sentinel over here, because I don't think the sentinel can shoot over each other, as we saw before, as only the first one shot, but well, who knows. Let me just check the timer. We have 28 minutes left in regulation, so 15 minutes since the game properly started. And yeah, so we have like the sentinel over here. He has 1 in reserve, but he already put yeah, 4 down. Only 4? I believe there were more. But yeah, he seems to only have put 4 down. And you can see that, oh, this is very interesting. Wasikuss he seems to be building a chain of pylons with sentinels. So this is gonna be an incredibly pain in the nectar, I believe. Because he will just make like a chain of defensive structures, which even if you have like properly more brick chunks, I don't think you could do much. There is a bug where you can outrange a sentinel with an archer, because technically he has a bit more range. The problem is, will it work if you have like such a big chain? And what time do you think it will take? Because it might take a long time, and during this your opponent will probably notice what you're doing. And yeah, so meanwhile, as suspected, Rane built the almost perfect structure with the strongest door and just putting all of his sentinels on top, protecting his crystal. The question is, will he then be able to also protect his the other crystals he owns, because he has now 2 conquering wards. Alright, but he put all the sentinels on top of it. So the thing is, if he puts it down there, or like somewhere else, maybe even just in front, will his opponent be able to take advantage of this, or will he not? And also very interesting, you can see he's walking in at the tunnels somehow. I just saw people disappearing in the mountain. So what is he doing? Let's check out the X-rays. Alright, so here we go. He seems to be working on stairs going to the side. Very interesting, we'll have to keep an eye on this. Because if he goes there, I think, yeah, there are only trees on top. But I'm very curious, intrigued by this, to say the least. By his tunnel, and he seems to be going up. The question is, will he go up maybe somewhere here? And even so, if he does, why? Because look, the base level... Okay, so this is, yeah, his base level on which he dug is around here. And he's going upwards. And what is the depth of it? Let me just... Okay, wait. Yeah, this seems to be like the depth, and I'm just going to go to the right. Okay, this is the depth. Will he maybe try to get like a window around here where he can also put like some sentinels? And then like protect this whole area? Or like even further? Or is he just trying to dig for resources? Because this might also be the case, but it doesn't seem to be very efficient to just dig for those singular cases over here. Because you could just like, I don't know, dig the ground. Or try something else. But yeah, as the sun is setting, we can see that I'm just gonna give them the time. 25 minutes left in regulation. That yeah, for some reason Wasikuss, I don't think he destroyed it. Or if he destroyed it, it seems to be like a skill issue. Or like an unintentional problem. But at least he has this one guy who seems to be holding it, so... yeah, very interesting. I think he maybe will try to do like the same structure as he did over there. Within the range, and as we saw like in previous matches, just build like a sort of tower. And then use this tower to have like the conquering crystal, the conquering ward on it. Because let's just check it. He doesn't seem to have... yeah, he doesn't seem to have a conquering ward left. And now Wasikuss actually starts to do the same as his opponent. He also starts to dig a tunnel within it. So I'm very curious to see where it goes. If he will just try even to go through. Or... well, very interesting. It's the first time we see any player do this tunnel strategy. Is this some kind of advanced player strat or not? Also very curious to see that this conquering ward doesn't seem to do its job at all. Very interesting. Very intriguing too. But yeah, well, technically it's owned because there's like a conquering ward within. Let me just reply to him. Alright, round 3 hit 15 minutes. Alright. And now you can see the tunnel advancing as well. And now even more stockpiles being done. The big difference being that Wasikuss didn't build like any structure around his crystal. So his one is still visible in the plain day. And also he now has 6 kits. 6 halberdier kits in total. And yeah, his defensive chains, so to say. The very interesting thing is that those 2 sentinels, they basically can attack anything towards the crystal, but they are not dependent on the crystal for energy, which gives him the advantage to just being able to, like, even if he loses the crystal, the sentinels are gonna shoot, which is a big advantage. And now Wasikuss equipped one of his guys with a kit, but he doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So what will Aesop be doing? I think he just tried to see if the halberdier could attack the sentinel, which he cannot because they cannot like attack this high, even though it doesn't seem that high. Alright, and now something which happened in all the matches, but not this one so far. We didn't see any player scouting right now. We only saw them on their side, on the base. Rane do this one advance push to try to rush his opponent, but he already had some sentinels put down, so this didn't work. And now, no map has any map control, no player has any map control. They don't even want to see what's happening on the other side. So, very, very intriguing, because, yeah, will they both just be fine with this? Because yeah, they both might get rushed anytime. The thing is, and this is like the big difference. Ah, okay. And Rane he didn't bury his ward, or he didn't like build it on a tower like his opponent did with the sentinels. He literally encased it. Like, literally. Let's just go to the X-ray. There it is. Well, I mean, there's no rule against that, and I'm all for it. But yeah, it looks very funny if you just have like, you know, you have like the crystal and then like some sort of bunker next to it. And you see that he's doing the same strat again. The advantage of this strategy is, okay, sure, it costs a lot of bricks. That's not the ideal part. But on the other hand, you can just put it down, and if the opponent comes, you are pretty much guaranteed to be there in time to just take it. And also like his main crystal, as before, very much defended. Somehow getting a purple vibe. I don't know where this comes from, but yeah, there's nothing... Oh, wait. there is a conquering ward over here. There we go. There we have the purpley color coming from. Interesting to put it down. I think this is to, if there's an enemy nearby, to stop him from conquering it. Very interesting strategy. First time seeing this in this tournament, but very valid as well. So I think that even if like his people are not around, like, let's just assume for his enemy that no Bricktrons are around, that he attacks, that he somehow can kill all those sentinels, kill the door, and somehow get to his crystals, he would still have to get over the one conquering ward. So very interesting. But yeah, there we are. Then we see he's also preparing, it seems, for another bunker around here. To conquer this lower crystal. And this one, nothing preparing yet. But what do we have? We have one Rane sending out one guy. It seems to be as a scout. Because he saw that his opponent put down 4, well, he owns 4 crystals. And the thing is, will he maybe try to take it? Because this is a rule, this is allowed by the rules. He literally just comes by to stand here. He can, yeah. He can just take it. This is allowed by the rules. The thing is, his opponent will have to react. What is Wasikuss gonna do? Because now, Rane is just gonna run back with the conquering ward. You have to guard your stuff. This is an existing rule. And now, I think you also reversed this other one. And now you see the halberdier is coming. S up again with the rescue mission. Or is it a rescue mission? Because he's like over the halfway point of the map. And technically he has no idea due to... That's why I'm saying... Oh, actually, did he do it twice? I think he might have done it twice just right now. Oh, this is naughty. This is really naughty. He just sent 2 workers out, went to the crystal, said, "Hi there, thanks for the conquering ward," took it, and left. That's naughty stuff. I'm not gonna even lie about this. This is naughty. But it's allowed. The thing is, there's a rule, because it was talked about, like, for when we made the rule book. It was a question, should it be allowed to take your opponent's stuff? Because, you know, like, this is not cool to take your opponent's stuff. The thing is, if you put it down somewhere, like a conquering ward or something, you should be able to defend yourself against it. Like, you should be able to put down a conquering ward and to defend it. So the thing is, technically, it's not nice to do it, but it works in some ways. And yeah, you can see that now he's putting down another bunker down against the wall. And now he has an advantage, actually, because he has 2 conquering wards left, which we can see just here. 2 conquering wards left. And he has 3 crystals. And his opponent... Okay, his opponent has now... He's getting his 3rd back. But the thing is, now you can see Wasikuss is having to guard them. Because he has like 1 halberdier at each and 1 archer even on this side. And so the question is it although a good idea to have his halberdier standing next to it? Because what you want ideally would be that your opponent sends a worker all the way, grabs it, oh now there are even 2 halberdiers, grabs it, starts running away, and then you start to chase him. Because then you can simply, very simply, just as that, try to kill him, especially if you have an archer. But if you don't, that's a different call. And now you can see that Wasikuss even has a healing ward. You already saw it before, but he has a healing ward, and he has 2 other sentinels and 1 other pylon. So he's gonna basically, like, yeah, as you can see right here, make the chain even longer. And I think he's maybe gonna try, like, I don't think he's gonna do it over here. Maybe over here. Just have like 1 big defensive chain. The problem might be that, yeah, this crystal or even this one, they will be, or like especially the other one, they will be outside the chain. And now you can see a worker comes again, tries to snatch it, exactly as said, and due to the worker carrying stuff, the halberdiers can catch him, and now he basically has to drop it to survive, or he will die, which, as you can see, just happened. The problem is, okay, the worker when he died, didn't drop the Conquering Ward, it died with him, which technically I guess would be right now to the advantage of Rane, like to advantage of the famed Ward Snatcher, who already has almost 3 Night Kits. Let's just see where his tunnel went. His tunnel was around here. We can't see shit due to it being night, but let's just... Now we can't see anything. Okay, let's just try to... Nah, we will have to try again once it's day, because right now we cannot see it clearly enough, and even if we see, what would we be able to see? Alright, so 15. Alright, 15 minutes left. And now okay, let's make a quick overview of what they do own. So in blue we have Rane, who currently has three crystals with a bunker on each side, and he's currently preparing for a bridge on the other side. And yeah, all his crystals are encased, like literally this Maginot structure. He has left in total 7 Halberdier kits, 2 Conquering Wards left over, 1 Alchemist who can build the bombs, who are very effective against shields and walls, and he almost has 3 Night Kits. He only has 2 ready to go, but he almost has a 3rd one, so this is only a matter of time because he orders him, like, one of his guys to make another one. Alright, and he lost just 1 guy, but overall it shouldn't be this big of a disadvantage, especially since he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guys in total. He just finished the bridge, as you can see here. And he's gonna get his 4th crystal. Now, meanwhile, on the other side, we have Wasikuss, who has 3 halberdiers in the field on one side. On the other side, he has 2 halberdiers and an archer. And now the question is, he has 6 guys in weapons. Will he start attacking? And now you can see that they advanced, but then they retreated. So the question is, did he give an order to try and just change his mind, or... Well, the thing is, he has 6 people in weapons. He has 1 guy placing a next Conquering Ward down, so he's getting close to the middle, actually almost next to it. He didn't build a bridge yet to go to the one on the edge. And so, 6 people there in total in arms. 7, 8, 9. So yeah, he has 9 people right now because his opponent lost 1. And you only get back roughly 70% of the energy, I believe. Actually, did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, no. Yes, 10 people. This is the 10th one. And this is Rane. Okay, so Rane just put a Conquering Ward down on the bridge, and now he will have to destroy the bridge behind him. And now comes Wasikuss. What? Where did he travel to? Like, this one guy literally crossed the whole middle section of the map just to go here to place his Conquering Ward. Okay, very interesting if you ask me, but well, you do you, buddy. Pathfinding, am I right? Okay, and now the other guy, he should be placing one down here just to get his crystal back. And in case you're wondering, we are counting this one as a crystal of Wasikuss. Basically because it's his Conquering Ward and the crystal, it's like a bug, because there's a Conquering Ward within the crystal. There's no reason why it shouldn't be conquering. So yeah, this one counts for Wasikuss. If both players are tied on crystals at the end, for example, this one wouldn't count because there's no Conquering Ward inside. If both players are tied on crystals, then of course there's overtime played 15 minutes, and then at the end it depends on the player who has the most crystals, or the player, if this is tied, the player who has the most Bricktrons. In this case, right now, Wasikuss would be winning. Even more so, I should say, because he has more crystals, and due to him having more crystals, he can get more energy and therefore more people. Alright. So, Rane destroyed the bridge, as said before. So this Conquering Ward basically has no enemies or no problems whatsoever. And he even put down another one on the other side. So the thing is, or like the problem, if I may say, for Wasikuss, is that he has many people in arms right now. He has like 3 halberdiers over here, 2 halberdiers and an archer over there, and then only like, and even one more here in the middle. So he only has 4 people working his base, like making new resources and everything, and he has only 1 kit left. The problem is, does the health capture control is okay, just answering the question because you need a conquering ward. Okay, yeah, so just to clarify what I just said to Rane, he asked if those half-conquered crystals do count. The thing is, yes, if there is a conquering ward. So this one does count because there's a conquering ward, this is a bug. And this one does not count because there's no conquering ward and there's only like this one halberdier within the circle of it. So, FYI. And also because as soon as he leaves, well, there's just gonna be nothing left. Another thing is, I think, just my humble opinion, Wasikuss would need to go on the offensive just to scout what his enemy has or to make sure. And now we can see this is why you need scouting. Actually, he may be in luck because he basically has like many people. Don't worry. Okay, and so now what is happening? Rane is calling in the big shots. So basically, he has one guy who is dead in his base. This is the one from before. Okay, I'm just gonna check what he sent me. Yeah, only count if there is a conquering ward inside. So now, what is Rane doing? He basically assembled his alchemist, so he's gonna ready to blow some stuff up and then have all his guys. Actually, let me just check if he. Okay, so he just respawned the one who died, and now he's going on the offensive. The thing is, there are only 2 halberdiers there to defend, so he will overrun them as easy as this. Victory in detail. Yeah, Wasikuss is getting overrun. First one is dead, second one is dead. But actually, 3 people died. Alright. Oh, there were actually 3 halberdiers. My bad, I thought there were only 2. And so now, he just went, destroyed the conquering ward, and goes on the rush to destroy the other one. And now he can do nothing about it, because he lost 3 guys. There's 1 halberdier there, and there are 2 other halberdiers and an archer, but they don't seem to know where they want to go, so this is a big disadvantage. Because now, even though he had some guards, he wasn't ready for, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 man offensive with the alchemist in the middle alone. Very interesting to leave the alchemist alone. I would have maybe, I don't know, sent like someone else with it. But he's also scouting nearby, and now he destroyed another one. And now there's gonna be a big fight. 2 halberdiers and an archer. Meanwhile, the alchemist... Oh, the alchemist just blew up one of the conquering wards. He dies in the process, but he blew up the conquering ward. So basically, he lost another crystal, even though there were like 3 sentinels to defend there. And now 3 other... yeah, Wasikuss lost 3 more. He's getting overrun here. Well, his worker is trying to kill the knight, but let's face it, buddy, you had better odds in the past. And now, a last halberdier is there. He still has 3 workers in his base in total, but they don't know quite what to do. And now he's destroying the other conquering ward. There it goes. And now his opponent only has 1 conquering ward left. There are roughly 5 minutes left on the clock, and he's just going to destroy the base. Now the problem is, he put down a wall. Okay, so there's the defensive wall he put down, but he's trying to... Yeah, ironically, he lost the alchemist, so he can't do much about it. Let's just check out what this hole was for. Okay, it doesn't go very deep. And now you can see that there's like this one guy trying to make a hole in it, and now he did. And yeah, that's the problem. You try to cross your bricks always. But there we go. And there's he's in his base. The question is, what will he do? Will he try to kill them all? Because there's still the healing ward. And there's still like those sentinels going, but he just goes for the crystals straight. He doesn't care about the rest. He has 3 knights and 5 halberdiers, 8 people in total doing a lot of damage. He's even ordering one to just destroy the bricks on which the sentinels are standing. Oh my god, what is happening? And the crystal is destroyed. With this, Rane won his second match. It's a GG all over again. A very beautiful match, especially compared to the first one, who was a very quick one. And with this, Rane qualifies for quarterfinals. And yeah, very intense match, especially the second phase. And yeah, overall, just a good game from both players.